Prince Harry arrived at the courthouse with a quiet steadiness that reflected the weight of the moment. This was not an appearance driven by symbolism alone, nor a gesture designed to capture attention. It was the continuation of a legal journey shaped by years of tension between personal privacy and powerful media institutions. As he approached the entrance, the atmosphere was measured rather than dramatic. Cameras observed from a distance, reporters waited, and legal professionals moved with routine purpose. Yet beneath the calm exterior, the significance of the day was unmistakable. This case represents more than a single dispute. It reflects a challenge to long-standing practices within sections of the British press. Prince Harry's decision to attend court personally reinforced the seriousness of his position. He did not arrive as a figure seeking sympathy, nor as someone attempting to sway public opinion. His presence suggested confidence in the legal process and a willingness to engage directly with accountability. The legal action centres on accusations made against the publisher of the Daily Mail, claims that involve alleged unlawful methods of gathering private information. These accusations are not minor. They question whether boundaries designed to protect individuals were crossed in the pursuit of stories, influence, or commercial advantage. As he entered the building, Harry's demeanour remained controlled. Years of exposure to public scrutiny have shaped his ability to separate noise from purpose. This was not about emotion displayed outwardly. It was about determination expressed through action. The court setting offered a contrast to the environment in which many of these alleged actions occurred. Where media coverage often operates at speed, driven by headlines and immediacy, the courtroom functions through deliberation. Evidence, documentation, and legal reasoning take precedence over narrative momentum. Prince Harry's legal challenge forms part of a wider group action involving several individuals who have raised similar concerns. However, his arrival carried particular resonance due to his visibility and history. From childhood, he has lived with the consequences of relentless press attention. That experience informs his resolve. The accusations against the publisher relate to practices that, if substantiated, would suggest systematic issues rather than isolated mistakes. This distinction is important. The case does not merely question what was published, but how information may have been obtained in the first place. Harry has repeatedly stated that this legal action is rooted in principle rather than retribution. His arrival at court underscored that position. He has framed the case as an attempt to address conduct he believes harmed not only him, but others who lacked the means to respond. Public reaction to his appearance was mixed, reflecting long-standing divisions in opinion. Some view his actions as a necessary challenge to excessive media power. Others interpret the case through the lens of ongoing tensions between the royal family and the press. Yet regardless of viewpoint, the legal questions at hand demand serious consideration. Inside the courtroom, the focus shifted away from personality. Legal proceedings strip away status, requiring arguments to stand on evidence alone. Harry's willingness to engage in this environment signals respect for that process. This moment also represents a shift in how public figures respond to media intrusion. Where silence or withdrawal were once common responses, legal accountability has become a more prominent path. Harry's actions align with that evolving approach. As proceedings advanced, it became clear that the case touches on broader ethical concerns. Journalism plays a vital role in democratic societies, but that role carries responsibility. The accusations raise questions about where legitimate investigation ends and unlawful intrusion begins. Prince Harry's presence highlighted the human dimension behind these legal arguments. Privacy violations are not abstract concepts. They affect mental well-being, personal relationships, and long-term trust. His decision to confront these issues publicly gives weight to discussions often confined to legal theory. The publisher involved represents a significant force within British media. Challenging such an entity requires resilience. Legal battles of this scale are demanding, prolonged, and emotionally taxing. Harry's arrival demonstrated readiness for that reality. Observers noted the absence of dramatics. There were no gestures designed to provoke reaction. Instead, the moment was marked by restraint. This approach reinforced the seriousness of the accusations and the intent to allow the court to determine outcomes. The legal arguments delve into historical practices, examining whether certain methods were used repeatedly over time. This examination requires patience and precision. It is not resolved through a single hearing or headline. Prince Harry's involvement also draws attention to disparities in access to justice. While he has the resources to pursue such a case, many individuals affected by similar practices may not. He has acknowledged this imbalance, suggesting his actions could have implications beyond his own circumstances. As the hearing unfolded, the court environment emphasized fairness and procedure. Unlike public debate, which often polarizes quickly, the legal process demands substantiation. Allegations must be proven. Defenses must be examined. Harry's arrival symbolized trust in that structure, despite his past criticisms of media conduct. It suggested belief that institutional accountability remains possible. This case also intersects with broader conversations about reform within journalism. While press freedom remains essential, it must coexist with legal and ethical boundaries. The outcome of such cases can influence industry standards, encouraging reflection and change. Prince Harry has spoken openly about the emotional toll of media intrusion, particularly in relation to family experiences. His arrival at court transformed personal testimony into legal action, shifting the conversation from narrative to accountability. The atmosphere outside the courthouse reflected anticipation rather than spectacle. Legal analysts recognized that cases involving high-profile claimants often attract attention, but their lasting impact depends on legal substance rather than visibility. Harry's calm approach suggested understanding of this reality. He appeared prepared for a process that unfolds slowly, often away from public view. The accusations challenge assumptions about how information is sourced. If the court finds wrongdoing, it could prompt reconsideration of accepted practices. If not, it will still clarify legal boundaries. Either way, the case contributes to an ongoing dialogue about rights, responsibilities, and power dynamics within media landscapes. Prince Harry's arrival also reflected personal evolution. Earlier chapters of his life were marked by frustration and limited agency in dealing with press intrusion. This legal action demonstrates a shift towards structured engagement rather than reactive response. As proceedings continued, attention remained fixed on the evidence presented. The legal system prioritizes facts over speculation, offering a framework distinct from public commentary. This moment serves as a reminder that accountability does not require silence or withdrawal. It can be pursued through lawful, deliberate means. Harry's presence in court also signals to others that challenging powerful institutions is possible, even when outcomes are uncertain. Legal processes exist precisely to address such imbalances. The case will not conclude quickly. Appeals, rulings, and deliberations take time, yet the significance of the initial appearance lies in commitment rather than immediacy. Prince Harry's arrival marked a clear statement. He is willing to stand before the law, submit his claims to examination, and accept the court's judgment. That willingness reinforces the seriousness of the accusations and the respect afforded to legal institutions. As the day progressed, the focus remained on legal argument rather than public narrative. This distinction underscores the importance of separating courtroom proceedings from media interpretation. Ultimately, this moment represents more than a personal dispute. It reflects a broader effort to question practices, assert rights, and seek clarity within complex systems. Prince Harry's arrival at court stands as a defining image of that effort. Calm, deliberate, and resolute. It is a moment that will be remembered not for spectacle, but for purpose. Not for confrontation, but for accountability. As he crossed into the courthouse, the emphasis shifted from public debate to legal examination, from commentary to consequence. And with that step, Prince Harry reaffirmed his belief that justice, however slow, remains worth pursuing.